Hey everybody, welcome once again to our Low on Health year-end review. These are the series of videos that I do that are kind of titled Besides Gaming, things I've done besides play video games in 2012. This particular set of video will basically cover the movies that I watched in 2012, in which case I watched roughly about 45 movies this year. Going into the year, I only really anticipated on watching the newest Batman movie in theaters, in which case I actually didn't. I actually ended up seeing a lot more movies in theaters this year, more or less because my girlfriend Rose is a big avid movie theater goer, and that's something that she more or less likes to do. But what I want to go over real quick is the movies I watched, and I actually have taken my top 10 movies that I watched this year, and kind of so the first 10 movies you see are my kind of ranking of my movies of the year for the top 10. So first one we're going to look at here, of course, is going to be Avengers, which of course we all know is the Joss Whedon movie, and a lot of people kind of are just writing this off as their movie of the year, but when I take a step back and look at it, it was my movie of the year. I really enjoyed it. You can constantly watch the third act over and over again, and it's just a great action movie, and it really is what a lot of us movie comic book geeks have wanted for years, and it's actually done right. Next movie is going to be Cloud Atlas, mainly because I love time jumps. I saw this once again in theaters, which I thought was really cool, and I really enjoyed it. I really want to recommend it to people, but I can understand it's not for everybody. And then Adjustment Bureau. Once again, this was referenced last year when I did my review. My friend Kevin actually had mentioned watching Adjustment Bureau, in which case I love Matt Damon, and I was just pleasantly surprised with it. It's not normally a movie I think I would like, but I actually did. Then got Chronicle, which I don't know if anybody knows. I'm pretty sure everybody that's watching this has heard of Chronicle, so you should definitely watch it. Then Moonrise Kingdom, Cabin in the Woods, which yes, Cabin in the Woods is good, but I love the other movies above it. Total Recall, which is kind of weird because I actually really enjoyed this Total Recall more than the original. So take it as you will. I really like the world they built with Total Recall and just the detail to the background and just kind of world building. I was really, really impressed with it. Bourne Legacy, because once again I love the Bourne movies and I actually really enjoyed Legacy, what they're trying to do with it. And then actually In Time, which I thought was really cool too, because I love that world premise of money equaling time, which equals your life. It's very much almost my mentality in general. So In Time was really good. You don't be turned off by Justin Timberlake. It is a very good thinker movie. If you like Gattaca or movies like that, you'll really like that. And of course, you can see here too, as I've written up my little notes. These are the notes that I kind of do over the year to kind of keep track, and then I kind of archive all these. And then Raid Redemption, which was just an awesome, great fight movie, which was just very, very practical. A lot of just real actual effects and fighting styles, and just really good visceral combat. I really enjoyed it. But other than that, as you can see here, these are a bunch of movies. After this is kind of almost chronologically what I watched this year. In which case, right now, my thing is acting up. Let me give it a second here. There we go. Technical difficulties. Red Steel, Holding Bars, I'm just going to scroll down here so you can see these are the movies I watched this year, my thoughts on them. I'm not going to go over every single one. I'm just going to point out. I did go through, I was watching some more Dave Chappelle stuff, and he kept referencing Eddie Murphy's Hilarious and Raw, so I went back and, move the mic around. This is not going to be a good video. I apologize. There are comedy tours, in which case also Richard Pryor that I watched. Just some good old-fashioned, not good old-fashioned, but good classic comedy shows. Muppets was actually good. You should probably watch that. Went back and watched, of course, Men in Tights. Ghost Rider wasn't that great. Went back and watched the second Batman movie, in which case, whatever. Oh, the second Batman movie is probably the best one. I'll get to that later. Prometheus was the first movie I saw in theaters this year because everybody was talking about it, and I wanted kind of be able to discuss it with everybody. So that was the actual movie that I went to go see in 3D by myself. I enjoyed it a lot. Of course, you have Battleship that I skipped through, whatever. I mean, these are basically, I almost watch a movie every single weekend or twice in a weekend whenever I can get through it. And it wasn't really until recently I started seeing more and more movies in movie theaters. Like, I watched Rise of the Guardians in the movie theater, which was really good. And then I actually... Batman The Dark Knight Rises I watched recently, and I just was not impressed with it whatsoever. I was more or less surprised by how much I enjoyed the Amazing Spider-Man movie more than the Batman movie this year, which I thought was kind of interesting because I was putting off watching the Spider-Man movie, but people kept referencing it was a really good movie. And the last movie I actually saw in theaters this year too was The Hobbit. So like The Hobbit, Rise of the Guardians, Cloud Atlas, and Prometheus were the movies I saw in movie theaters this year. Did I mention Spider-Man at all in this? It should be here somewhere. Sunshine was very good. It's a nice, good, hard sci-fi movie that somebody referenced to me. Is Spider-Man in my top 10 and I just glazed it over? That is a possibility. No, I do not. Well, that just goes to show this list isn't really up to date. But The Amazing Spider-Man I also watched this year and it was really good. But otherwise, that's the movies that I watched this year that I can remember. Hopefully I wrote them all down. So I apologize for this video being just a garbled mess. But as always, thanks for watching and I'll catch you next time.